Whipple at the 4 position, Halie Sawyer at the 5 position, but a lineup that's much more comfortable handling the pressure that TCU is applying right now.
Badon and Rodriguez out there with Whipple.
No backcourt time problems in the women's game.
But the turnover and a foul. Good sportsmanship from Badon as she helps up Carter.
Badon just doesn't look comfortable out there the last few minutes, and TCU's really upped their pressure. They've got some quick players out there. Carter's really stepping up with her big frame. And is taking their time getting across the timeline, or the half-court line. There's not really a timeline in women's basketball, but Badon doing maybe not a rookie, but a sophomore mistake, a mistake a young player will make, and just a soft behind-the-back dribble.
3 fouls against Badon, 1 and 1. Rolled in by Carter. She has 3, all from the free throw line.
Yeah, a couple of threes, a couple of free throws here, a couple by Spearsdottir and Carter. TCU looking to get things going and rolling offensively.
The lead was high as 24, now down to 14. 10-0 run for the Lady Frogs.
Okay, Kaylee Whipple looks very, very calm out there, but timeout. Good call right there by Janita Badon, just struggling with this intense pressure.
Timeout, Utah.
Timeout called by Utah. The connection of the game.
Eva, and she was like, hang on to the ball. You know, and it's the thing, you can't be careless right now. Eva Rodriguez, still very young. Badon, a little bit more mature, but still just a sophomore.
TCU smells blood in the water. They are going after Utah right now. And already the shot clock down to 2. Oh, and a over and back.
And actually, that probably is the best way that could have finished. just give the ball back to TCU without creating a turnover where TCU is going to come down and score. This is going on with about 10 seconds left on the shot clock, so terrific defense, this replay right here by TCU, swarming the basketball.
Now TCU has to take advantage. Their defense is giving them an opportunity here. Carter fading away, misses. And Utah continues to do a terrific job on the glass, 1 and done. Just one opportunity every time down for TCU.
Well, and you have to believe they've got to get Spearsdottir back in the game here at some point. Still sitting on the bench over there with Jeff Mitty, the star for TCU. And her scoring ability is very, very important, especially in crucial situations like this.
Badon looking for Rodriguez. Now Sawyer. Sawyer lays it up and rolls off. Crawford with the rebound.
It's too bad Sawyer's having a career night scoring-wise.
Thompson feeling the urgency. Sawyer with the good rebound in traffic. And for Halie Sawyer, 20 points, 13 rebounds, a double-double, and the Utes in control by 14. Rousey driving kills. Wachowski, a nice little feed to Sawyer.
And she's actually sitting as we watch this play once again. Her passing ability sorely missed out there right now. Taryn Wachowski back out on the bench for Utah.
Rodriguez 2-on-1. Rodriguez lays it up and in.
Yeah, tremendous job by Sawyer of communicating with Rodriguez and saying, hey, take it, drive, attack. You're not going to get a better shot than that right now in this game.
Lead back up to 16. Answering is LaFleur.
Again, just swarming defense. A lot of energy and intensity right now by TCU.
But Andrew, you mentioned that you had your nose broken while you were playing. Anytime suffer a concussion?
Concussion in play, obviously with the swelling. Very dangerous.
Well, you know she'll want to try to give it a go with the championship game, and in all likelihood, Utah will be in it tomorrow.
Well, what she wants probably has little to do with it in this case. You know, in the case of a sprained ankle, okay. In the case of a concussion, it's the doctor's decision.
Which is really the way it should be. Should be taken out of the hands of the player. The player is a competitor. They want to be out there, but in situations like this, it's not your call. Career high 20 points for Sawyer. Her career high in rebounds is 15. Closing in on that, she has 13. And not the kind of afternoon that the player of the year in the conference, Helena Sverresdottir, anticipated. Just 1 of 10. 5 points total.
Well, I think right now Jeff Mitty looking to substitute in his quick lineup defensively and his better offensive team when he gets that opportunity. Obviously, the play doesn't stop all the time, so he can't do that. So Sverresdottir shoots the free throws and then goes out in lieu of having quicker players.
Ticking down on 2 minutes left. While TCU has been able to make it closer, just too much of a deficit to overcome.
You know, you look at TCU, who's been a mature, dominant team from the get-go this year. Elaine Elliott's team, it's been a little bit of a coin flip at times early on because of their youth. Really, really grown up and matured.
Now TCU looking to foul.
It looks like TCU is a little bit tired after all the energy they've been spending. Still got great quickness, but not quite that little extra. Probably be said about back to 135, 137, 137, if it was 137 when it went through. Help me out here, Mike.
If it involves numbers, you're on your own.
Oh, gosh. We're in trouble.
You'll never see me filling in for Scott Serra on It's a Numbers Game here on the mountain. Watching TCU and Utah in this game, you're looking at the 2 winningest teams in the Mountain West over the last 5 seasons. Utah 61-19. TCU right behind them at 59-21. But right now it's all Utah.
It hasn't been that friendly to TCU. It's been a rough go. They've had some good teams that Jeff Mitty has brought into the tournament with high hopes.
1 of 2 for Badon. TK LaFleur head down, driving, and laying it up and in. And Jeff Mitty will...
The things for Utah is I think they've got players, and important players, that have kind of been there, done that, in a system with a coach that's been there and done that over and over again. And these players just, as you said earlier, Elaine Elliott seems to replace players. Great players leave, new ones come in and do the same kind of thing. Rule about a dead ball turnover. Not the one you want to have.
And you saw her get up laughing because she knew that the moment she called it that they didn't have it. But a luxury, a mistake that they can afford.
Try to get your team ready to play. And that's one of the hard things about sitting out in the format of this tournament right now is I'm not sure it's that friendly to the top seeds. Certainly you're protected because you're not going to lose to a lower seeded.
They are into full tournament lather by the time they get to this point. Sverresdottir getting the 3. The lead is down to 10.
Well, I should say never. I have seen games where in 10 seconds, 10 points.
Make that 22 now.
Halie Sawyer, 2 shots.
Pretty good free throw shooter, Halie Sawyer, over 80% on the year. This is where this team, I think, has a little bit of a different flavor than maybe over the 4 years previous for Elaine Elliott. In those 4 years, you did have players like Leilani Mitchell and like Morgan Warburton, Kim Smith, Shona Thorburn, who were guards that could control the tempo, get to the free throw line late in the game, experienced. And it was the lights were out and everything was over if Utah had a little bit of a lead.
A situation where San Diego State not only getting a tournament game under their belt, but got yesterday off. So sort of in a regular season routine here in the conference tournament. Whipple will get pushed by Mangum. That's what Utah's trying to do here, get into the NCAA tournament.
Absolutely. TCU talked about as the only lock for the tournament, really, because of their regular season and the body of their work. But every other team has to win this thing in order to be still. Not a great angle.
Final seconds tick off. Utah explodes off their bench. Elaine Elliott has done it again. She's led the Utes back to the championship game. And coming up tomorrow, she'll have a chance to defend her title and give Utah their 4th Mountain West Conference championship.